Hey YouTube, it's your girl Duchess back with this YSL Rico trial. Y'all, I am obsessed. Watching the state like a hawk, watching these videos and the evidence. And today was very interesting. I have watched this trial from a juror perspective as if I was on the juror seat. And today they had the detective on the stand who went through the his evidence on the Mr. Kendrick's, Mr. Drinks, Mr. Drinks unaliving. I'm trying to use my words carefully because it is YouTube. And so he went through that process, them at the BP station before they, you know, while they were just kind of hanging out at the BP station, Mr. Drinks pulls in. They're there for a while. Then, as he pulls out, they pull out. So that's the theory and the story that they have painted for the jury. He pulls out onto um, the street, Windsor Street, and then Shannon Stillwell and Mr. Nichols follow behind him in their two vehicles. He's in a red Versa. They're in two vehicles, the white Audi vehicle and then the white Ford Fusion. And so they get in front of this FedEx building where you see the cars coming up to the stoplight at Windsor, and to the right is the interstate to get onto I-20. And so we see them both, all of them pull up. And Max Sharp cross today was, listen, he hit it out of the park. He was hitting all the questions that I was answering in my head as I was watching this detective. But I also saw this. So without further ado, I'm going to get into this quick recap, this video, and we're going to see these two cars. They pull up and they pull up beside him and they sit there for a minute. You see the traffic. There is a third car that comes up behind them, and there's a pedestrian walking up too. And so as I'm watching this, I'm like, we've already heard Woody, and listen, this is a rule. You at the stoplight and it's getting late and it's not a whole lot of traffic or something creepy, baby, you running that light. Stoplight, stop signs. We've already kind of heard that kind of testimony. So the medical examiner, um, let me calm down because I got a lot in my head going on. The medical examiner also testified that the wound, the fatal shot that hit this gentleman, he would not have been able to move. The only thing that his brain would have been able to say is breathe and either heart rate speed up or go ahead and tank out. So his foot being on the brake, he would not have been able to move his foot from the brake. So you're going to see the brake lights move as well. And I'm going to point all of this out as we get into this video. So let's check this out. I'm going to leave the mic on because I'm going to be watching and stopping. I have to try to time it. So let's get into it. Okay, so this car is just a car. That's just another car. You're going to hear the detective talk. Hopefully, if my audio is correct. I may have to go to Law and Crime to do it, but we're going to see because it sure is quiet. Okay, this is the red Versa. That's one.
The car that just pulled up to the light now is stopped. That's the red vehicle.
This car right here?
Yes. The Audi, the first car to follow the red car out is the Audi, or the white Audi. It's right next to it.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right here. Okay, so this car here is supposed to be Mr. Drinks, and that's the red car. They have just left the BP. He has pulled out, and they're stopping at this light. These are the stoplights, right? So you see his brake light there. If there's a brake light, he may be in park, but you see the car part. Then this is Shannon Stillwell. And then this is Mr. Nichols, who pled out the first day. He was the first uh, plead out. Now I understand them saying in their in their statements from the state that one was on the right and one was on the left, but that's not what's happening here. Anyway, so those are the three vehicles, right? Let's keep going. That right here?
Yes. And then the Ford Fusion is right to the right of that.
That right here.
That's correct.
Now notice they're supposed to be shooting him at this moment. We don't see any, which Max Sharp covered that. We didn't see any gunfire. We didn't see any sparks. They're just like there. You're also gonna see Mr. Nichols put his blinker on to turn right. And I'm like, why would he do that if this is what they're trying to do? But anyway, let's keep going before I lose y'all. Now, is there traffic going in the opposite direction where the cars are stopped right now?
Yes, there's
Can
traffic
put his
now
blinker on?
trying to go onto I-20 eastbound.
See this car coming up? So he's got his blinker on and he's trying to go right. And they're saying that Shannon Stillwell fled, right? But this car comes up and this car is going to stop too. Now, notice the brake lights because we shouldn't see at this moment at the red vehicle, we shouldn't see anything happening with this vehicle, right? And then there's going to be a pedestrian walking up too. But let me keep going. And so the car where Mr. Drinks and the two white cars are a red light.
That's correct.
Okay, so now all four cars are there. And as this car is approaching, you see, Shannon Stillwell just kind of go through the traffic lights. Like he just kind of goes through. They call it fleeing, whatever. I really am being neutral, but I could not pay attention to this. 2 days before this, his friends were murked. His car had been shot out. And so we know that they don't sit at the lights. So they're sitting here at the lights, all three of them. This car is pulling up. How do I know that he was just kind of getting out of the way because he don't know what this person has got going on? But you see the brake lights here on this vehicle, right? Let's keep
Right,
going.
this red light now, and the Audi takes off through traffic, through the red light.
See this person right here? That's a pedestrian walking up. Why is he walking this way? I don't know. There's not any houses or anything on the street. But I mean, the gas station is right there. So I won't go that far into my conspiracy mind. But no one talked to this person. They didn't even try to see who this person was or what they saw. And it's going to be another vehicle that we're going to see. But you still see that his brake lights are there.
Light.
And they pull off, right?
As well as the white car, the Fusion.
This car stops too. This car sits there for a second. You see these lights coming in? This is another vehicle. They're just rolling up, right? Shannon Stillwell and the other person is gone. So they're just rolling up. This pedestrian is walking up, which I kind of lose sight of him. So the Audi Fusion go through the red light.
Well, the Audi did, yes, ma'am.
And was there still oncoming traffic coming? See that brake light again? Like the brake light went off and then it stopped again. They were going through that light.
Yes, there was. And then that car did a U-turn, which is a little odd.
Why do you say it was odd? See, look.
I don't know if what they witnessed or if they heard anything, but it's suspicious to me that at that particular time, since the red car no longer does not move, and it was at around the same time that.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it there. Why would that car turn around and go back? If it heard the shots that were going on before Shannon Stillwell and that other car pulled off, why would it keep going forward? It would have turned around well back somewhere back in the, before it approached these three vehicles. So why would it do that? And then that car sat there for a good little bit of time that third car. It sat there for a good bit of time. And it was the vehicle there when that fourth car pulled up and made the U turn. Then you have this pedestrian walking up also. So there were no shell casings at the scene. So somebody had to clean that up unless it happened. They said it could have, the unaliving could have happened inside the vehicle. But you have this pedestrian walking up there. So who cleaned the scene up? Where did all the shell casings go? And why did that car bust a U-turn when they were the suspects who they are saying is responsible have already left? Why is that? Shark did a great. His cross was great. I'm not gonna get into it in this video. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm gonna do kind of like an edited thing later. Um, But those are just my questions. And then the pedestrian, like they didn't talk to the pedestrian. They didn't try to find out who that third vehicle was that sat there next to him. They didn't try to find out who the fourth vehicle was that did the U turn. They have this thing that can scan the license plates and they can, figure things out. But it's obvious from the investigation they were working from forward, not backwards. Like they worked this case, in my opinion, right? They worked this case to put it together to make it make sense that it was the two of them. And I was kind of with them a little bit for a second earlier today, but then I learned that they weren't the one that altered the inside of the vehicle. Child, I told y'all my ADD be kind of zoning out on me or making me zone out. But I lost my train of thought. Let me come back. But at the same time, like that kind of rested for me. Um, they just didn't appear to be planning to do anything at this BP when they were at this BP. I was like, they didn't even talk to each other. There was no conversation. He came there afterwards. So, how would they know that he's going to stop at a gas station? Like, all of those things were kind of running through my mind. And then when I watched this video, I'm going to rewind it. I'm going to go back to that section and I'm going to just do it one more time. Um, just one more time, y'all. I've watched the clip several times, but I'm just going to do it one more time. Um, so that's the vehicle that's just kind of going through. As you can see, this is kind of a busy spot. There's another one um, that's coming through. And then, child, I hope I don't wear my subscribers out with this YSL thing. I do have court is not going on tomorrow, and I have some reviews to do. Okay, so here's the red vehicle, which is the victim. There's supposed to be Shannon Stillwell in the Audi.
The car that just pulled up to the light now is stopped. That's the red vehicle.
This car right here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Audi, the first car to follow the red car out is the Audi, the white Audi. It's right next to it.
That right here?
Yes. And then the Ford Fusion is right to the right of that.
That right here.
That's correct.
Here's another thing I want to point out. All the blinkers are on. They're following all the traffic rules. I would think if they're getting ready to do some powing, like really get into some action, they would kind of turn the lights off. Like, I mean, I just may watch too much TV, but I'm just saying and then he puts his blinker on to get ready to turn. But I just thought about that as I'm watching this. Let's keep going.
Now, is there traffic going in the opposite direction where the cars are stopped right now?
Yes. There's traffic now trying to go onto I-20 eastbound.
And so the car where Mr. Drinks and the two white cars are a red light.
That's correct. It's red light now. And the Audi takes off through traffic, through the red light, as well as the white car, the Fusion.
So the Audi Fusion go through the red light.
Well, the Audi did, yes, ma'am.
And was there still oncoming traffic coming as they were going through that light?
Yes, there was.
He's still walking.
And then that car did a U-turn, which is a little odd.
See the brake light?
I don't know if that, what they witnessed or if they heard anything, but
You see the brake light come off and go back on? Like, let me just go back one more time. Child. All right. One more time, y'all. One more time. One more time. Watch his brake light go off and come back on.
Direction where the cars are stopped right now.
yes, there's traffic now trying to go onto I-20 eastbound.
Here comes this other car.
And so the car where Mr. Drinks and the two white cars are a red light.
That's correct. It's red light now, and the Audi takes off through traffic, through the
He
red
still
light,
got his blinker on.
as well as the white car.
Now
Keep
watch this
confusion.
light.
So the Audi inclusion
See the brake light?
red light.
Well, the Audi did, yes, ma'am.
And was there still oncoming traffic coming as they were going through that light?
Yes, there was. And then that car did a U-turn, which is a little
Why did this car turn
odd.
right here? There was nothing suspicious going on that we can see.
Why did you say it was
And you
odd?
see the brake
I
light
don't know
come
if that,
off and
what they
on?
witnessed or if they heard anything, but it's suspicious to me that at that particular time,
And I
since
really
the
wanted
red
to,
car no longer does not move, and it was at around the same time that the murder occurred, that vehicle might have been privy to some information. It's my assumption.
Were you able to locate or find it?
Say again?
Were you able to determine what vehicle that was that they?
No, ma'am.
Now, when you approached the vehicle,
child, they ain't even try. Talking about no ma'am. He didn't even try. He just really didn't try. But I just wanted to kind of bring that where I am right now, y'all. They gonna have to free them boys. Cause this is just not given. They didn't find any residue, nothing inside the vehicle. He was still driving the rental vehicle. He even renewed it. He didn't try to turn it in and slip it in the next day. Like nothing ever happened and go on about his business. None of that. He still had it like days after when his house, the house that he was at, was targeted and banged up, and the vehicle was there, and he was like, yeah, that's the vehicle that I'm driving. Yeah, that's his, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really not adding up. And that piece, I don't know if the jurors are going to catch that. This was just my eye. And if I'm on the juror, I have questions about that other vehicle that was sitting there, the changes in the brake lights for his vehicle, the victim's vehicle, you know. And then why did that car come up and turn around? If it heard the pow pow shots happening while Shannon Stillwell and the other person was there, then would he have continued to drive up? He drove up kind of as they were already gone when he pulled up. So what made him turn around and go back? Yeah, it is suspicious. But what's also suspicious is this investigation that you did, bro. Um, and then this person that was walking, no one addressed that pedestrian. No one addressed the pedestrian, um, like talking to the pedestrian or seeing what the pedestrian saw or heard or anything like that. Because, I mean, pow pow shots are real loud, right? So I don't know where this person was walking from, but they should have seen or heard something. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to bring that to the forefront and see what you guys thought about that. I don't know if anybody else is talking about that piece, but that caught my attention. And just that little blip there, I was like, man, what else y'all got? Because right now, I can't say that he did that. That's my opinion. I appreciate the distraction. Thanks for everybody that popped in and popped out or, whatever. Um, and of course, I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for listening. It's your girl, Duchess, and I'm out.